Hello everyone, Wendy here. I am back with another reading. This is going to be a very spontaneous reading, but I felt like it was needed. I am going to be using multiple of my oracle decks. I'm not going to be working with my tarot deck tonight. It is nighttime, closer to 12. And I wanted to make sure that I keep having content for my channel so it's not so dormant and I stay active and blessing you guys as much as I can with messages. I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle, the Sacred Truth Symbols Oracle deck, which the symbols are used for meditation purposes. As I think I mentioned, maybe not, can't really remember, I will not be doing a video per se. This is going to be audio based with pictures that I'm going to include in the video just to give you peace of mind, reminders, note to self. And I'm also going to make sure that I do some deep breathing and affirmations for you before I start the reading so you're able to open yourselves up to the energy I will be giving and the information that I have to share based on anything that comes out in the reading. Other decks that I will be using are, of course, the Akashic Records Oracle and the What's the Vibe deck, which is more based on connections and relationships and love readings. And I believe that is it. So I am gonna start off with some deep breathing. Go ahead and inhale. Hold. Exhale. In. Hold. Out. In. Hold. Out. You are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. You are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. You are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. You are divinely protected. You are divinely protected. You are divinely protected. Your reality is elevating. Your reality is elevating. Your reality is elevating. You are always blessed. You are always blessed. You are always blessed. You are able to create love out of anything. You are able to create love out of anything. You are able to create love out of anything. When your name is mentioned, blessings pour down on you. When your name is mentioned, blessings pour down on you. When your name is mentioned, blessings pour down on you. People admire your strength. People admire your strength. People admire your strength. Alrighty. I'm gonna do this by sign. 2 cards from every deck. Let's go with the fire signs, fire placements. fire signs, fire placements. First, Psychic Tarot Oracle. 2 cards you got. Fire signs, fire placements. This would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You've got accelerated motion, triumph. So this talks about accomplishing a lot of things, whether you're seeing it currently or whether it's brewing and it's making its way to you and in your current reality. Know that you need to keep your hopes high. You need to stay focused on the end goal. You need to be reminded that just because things aren't always happening and you're not always hearing about them happening and you're not always waking up to a notification or a letter in the mail or a notification about your bank account and new funds or notification on your social media about anything happening for you doesn't mean that things are not in the works. Also, a message that's more on the intuitive side is like the universe reminding you that if you had what you are praying for or what you believe is best for you in this moment, you wouldn't be able to handle it. So that is why the universe wants you to take your time and really be wise on what it is that you're asking for and what it is that you desire, because I sense that you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, may F around and find out with manifesting the wrong thing or manifesting too intensely when you honestly didn't mean to. Like saying something, putting that into the universe, and then boom, it falls into your lap, and then you don't know how to manage it, so you're like trying to pray it away, trying to tell the universe to slow things down for you. But sometimes it's too late for that. But I see that you're going to be protected, in the picture, in the accelerated motion card in the Psychic Tarot Oracle. The woman is looking in the stars. It's almost as if she's longing for that star to be in like the palm of her hands, and she knows that if she visualizes it, it's right there. Although she's not able to physically grab the star and have it, she's aware that she is the star. She's aware that anything that she wants to attain in life is possible. She just needs to close her eyes. And sometimes you need to be the Lulu. Sometimes being the Lulu is the Salulu. Okay? So moving on to the next deck. And this could be accelerated motion, so things speeding up when it comes to your finances. Knowing how to budget your finances. Learning how to say no to your own desires when you have more finances, or when you get paid, or when someone asks for, a friend, or for you to lend them some money. If you know that someone isn't considerate and they're not good with respecting boundaries and they're just not a good person overall, please don't lend them any money, because then you're going to be looking insane waiting for that to come back, and they're going to gaslight you into thinking that you're wrong for expecting that. Saying no it's not a sin. Okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sacred Truth Symbols deck. You've got friendship, and you've also got jealousy. So definitely an emphasis on protecting yourself and protecting your aura when it comes to connections in your life surrounding friendships. On the bottom of the deck, You've got healer. People are aware of the powers that you have, of the influence that you have, and they want to get in the kitchen, prepare the recipe, and they got bad ingredients. The sauce they're trying to make, the meal they're trying to prepare, it's not coming out with the sazon that you have for a reason. Protecting yourself is not just about wearing the amulets. It's not just about playing mantras and affirmations over and over again and being repetitive in your spirituality. It's about actually believing that you are protected. Having more faith in your power than whatever it is that they're trying to dish your way. And not giving in to their BS. Because the more you toss and turn about any situation regarding your friendships and this haterade that they're trying, hater energy, yeah, they need to drink that haterade. That's what it's given. Like that Nicki Minaj song. Drink some haterade, get your thirst quenched. Yep. But the jealousy they are feeling from you is just a projection, because they know that they're not able to shine the way that you do. They don't understand why you're so loved. They actually do understand why you're so loved. They don't understand why they're not able to be loved the way that you are. They don't understand why when you start a new project, it's as if it's been around for centuries and you get an uproar from the people in your community and everyone is so quick to be on your side and support and donate and view and repost and like and share. And every time they open their feed, whether they're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anywhere, Reddit, Tumblr, you're there. Literally, they cannot escape your name. They cannot escape your face. They're just a frustrated fan. Maybe if they would just learn to connect with their self and transmute that hater energy into some love, into genuine support, things would be better for them. You know? But more jealousy is going to be arising in friendships. I feel like you have your eyes, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I'm still on y'all. You have your eyes on whoever it is spreading this hater energy. You have an idea on who it is. Could be family, friends. I'm leaning more towards friendship, or someone who you've communicated with and attempted to be friends with, but it didn't work out for some reason. This person could have dyed hair, ginger hair, on the thinner side of island descent, Hispanic descent, Hispanic ancestors. That's just an intuitive nudge. Formerly natural brown hair, but dyed like ginger, auburn, orange, not pure red hair, but also not pure natural brown hair. It's like in the middle. This person could have tattoos, or they could be with someone who has a lot of tattoos. This person could also have a really big following on Instagram, but I'm getting that they aren't totally honest about their following on Instagram. Like, some of them are fake. they want to uphold a certain persona on social media, so they fabricate a lot of their content. They shop and they do all these things, and they kind of flash for social media because it's their form of being delusional. And I say that lightly, that term delusional. I know it's used a lot, mostly in today's culture, but yeah, that's a description of the person. Possibly a person who was your friend before, tried being your friend. You didn't really feel connected to the person. Good job, that was your intuition. But now moving on to the next decks. I'm actually not going to be using, well, yeah, I'll use it. I was going to say I'm not going to use one of the decks. What I use them all. Okay. So with the Akashic Oracle, you've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, have faith, and break free. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay, yet still you must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Break free says you're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. And the last deck, I'm going to pull one card. Okay. Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. So get yourself out of this energy slowly but surely. Know that it takes time, especially if you've been bed rotting, or you've entered a season of loneliness and not feeling supported. Know that you are supported always, but it's never like there's never a problem with you needing to take a break or wanting to spend some time away from your socials or your friends. But if you're not doing it in moderation, then that becomes very addicting, but also very you're depriving yourself of the things that you need to survive. Because at the end of the day, we're humans. We're not machines. We're not robots. We're not meant to be. So don't do it so much to where you're depriving yourself of human connection, because you thrive in being supported in communities. You thrive in meeting new people. You thrive in speaking what's on your mind. A lot of people like to come to come to you for advice, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because you have no hair on your tongue. No tienes pelo en la lengua, meaning that you're able to say things and be like, oh snap. Sometimes it's impulsive, sometimes it's unwarranted. But a lot of times people just laugh it off and are like, oh, somebody needed to say it. And Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you've been the one that needs to say it. most of the time. So I hope you enjoyed your read, and that is all. I am going to be moving to the next signs. Alrighty. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You've got light, patience, and planning. A lot of things will be revealed in the conversations that you have with others, and also the conversations that you have with yourself. If you're worried about any mental health related issues that you may be experiencing, um, of course, seek professional help, but there's nothing wrong with having a conversation with yourself. Conversations in the shower also are significant. This is something I'm getting intuitively. Um, there's nothing wrong with having too many plans you want to um, create at once. There's nothing wrong with having new sparks of ideas. There's nothing wrong with, brand new things you want to bring into life. But there's no use in having all these plans and saying that you're going to do X, Y, and Z every single day, but not doing at least 10% and then bumping it up to 20, 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70. But I feel like most of your disappointment comes from not being patient with yourself and also not working your way up to the things that you want to create. Instead, you want to create, or you want to put a plan out to the universe, you start speaking about it too soon. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and boom, mistakes there because you're speaking about it too soon before it's even fully developed. People have always had their eyes on you because of your stability, because of your ability to ground yourself, because of your ability to think logically, to compartmentalize your emotions, to separate your emotions from your thoughts, to not fully identify with your thoughts or absorb your thoughts and emotions 100% of the time. Okay, because you can appear cool, calm, collected, and your world could be falling at your feet, but no one would ever know unless you got to the point of exploding. Okay, so a lot of people envy you for that, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Instead, what you should be doing is working your way up to the goals that you want to make, making small goals and then making medium-sized goals and then making large goals, setting your intentions, speaking life into yourself, speaking life over yourself, and surrounding yourself with people who do the same for themselves. The next deck, I will be moving on to the Sacred Truth Oracle, the Sacred Truth symbols, whatever. You've got death, so transformation. What's your next card? Literally, you could have lost a loved one. You could be thinking about a certain loved one. You could be thinking about the influence they had on others while they were living. You could be possibly praying for their soul as you keep remembering this person and wondering why they're coming to mind so much. Or the death card could be present due to the fact that you're transforming your own life little by little, crumb by crumb, block by block, brick by brick, You're making changes. You're realizing that if nothing changes in your attitude, in your perspective, in your mindset, in your lifestyle, nothing is going to change at a foundational level, at a grander level. Sorry. So working on your foundation so that when the wind blows, your home is not going to be moved. There's not even going to be a scratch because you've already worked on the foundation. And the next card is relief. So finding relief and transformation, and not being so quick to grieve about the things that you were so attached to in the past. Um, Desiring detachment, but also falling in love with detachment, and realizing that the more detached you are to something, you can set your intention, put it out into the universe about something you want to attract, but the less obsessed you are about it and the more relaxed you are about it, the faster it comes to you. And I feel like you've been believing in this more lately, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So I'm very proud of you for that, because it takes a lot for you to not fall into the trap of perfectionism, especially my fellow Virgos. 918 here. um let's pull one what's the vibe card. What's the vibe for Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn connections? Currently in connections, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You've got established, settled, secure, wealthy. This could be your current energy or the people coming towards you. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Remember that not everyone is out for your best interest. A lot of people love the stability that you bring. A lot of people love the wealthiness that is attached to you. They want to emulate that. They want to create that for themselves. So what an easier way to do that is by leeching off of you, but also this is a reminder to yourself to always look. And most of the time you don't even have to look, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You can just observe the wealthy, observe the established, observe the secure, observe the settled down people in your life. Having conversations in environments where in the beginning or in the past you were not welcomed into these spaces because people look down upon you. So feel called to pick an extra card for what's the vibe. Okay, what's the vibe? You've got boundaries, disrespectful, enough is enough, defend yourself. So this is more about people not expecting you to be as wealthy as they thought you were, or downplaying you. Learn how to defend yourself. Speak up when you're uncomfortable. Do not wait. Disrespect has no bounds. It doesn't discriminate for someone to overstep your boundaries. It can happen to anyone. But if you don't set up boundaries immediately, people are bound to keep disrespecting you. And believe what people's actions are telling you, not what their words tell you. Okay? And the last and largest deck, the Akashic Oracle. Okay. Okay. Reward and recognition. Congratulations. Your hard work will soon pay off. What else does it say? And take you on the direction or in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and own your power. And the next card, boundless opportunities, possibilities. You're standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. So believe in yourself. It is the number one thing that you owe yourself at the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, throughout the course of the day, your life, and at the end of the day when you lay your head on your pillow and you go to sleep. You should be the first one to believe in yourself, the first one to cheer yourself on, the first one to speak love into yourself every time you look into the mirror. You should be in awe of what you see. You should not be disgusted. I'm here to remind you of your power. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you are powerful. Not only in your finances, not only in all of the things that I've said prior to ending your reading, but in every other way that you could think of. You are so influential, and this goes for any and every sign. Okay, moving on to, let's go to air signs really quickly. Not because I'm rushing, but because it is getting a little bit late and I'm going live tomorrow or later today. New beginnings. New beginnings for the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and also emotional withdrawal. So maybe you've been in a period of reevaluating your place in people's emotional lives or love life. You've been evaluating your own feelings about how people treat you, how they prioritize you or don't prioritize you. You've been doing spring and summer cleaning, your contacts, your pictures, your social media list, your followers, the people you're following, your blocked list. Maybe you've been adding more people to your block list. I feel like this is all part of a plan for you to come back bigger and better. And I feel like by the end of this month, you're going to be feeling way more energized than you've been feeling. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. People have been effing around with you. They've been having a certain perception about you. They've been doubting in your power. They've been talking and thinking that they can throw rocks and hide their hands and be slick at the mouth. You got the home card along with full moon. So working with the full moon, the moon is going to be you're gonna be tapping into things spiritually that people may have wanted to keep from you, keep a secret from you. Conversations are going to be leaked. People are gonna fuck around and upload a screenshot of a conversation, of a phone call, or some information having to do with your name. Also, Scripting is big here. Um, Scripting can help you spiritually during this time, especially with manifesting. Working with the moon, um, creating or having moon water is going to help your spiritual practice a lot. Saying your intentions before drinking water in the morning is going to help you a lot. And the home card is here. I believe the home card is here because you've been wanting to cleanse your home. And with the spiritual cleansing card, clarifying the home card, because I felt called to pull it, that's a confirmation. So not only have you been physically cleaning your phone and your social media of the BS, you've been doing it in your home with spiritual items, smoke cleansing, using spiritual room sprays, intention oils, creating floor washes, etc., etc. You're in a very spiritually aligned place, but it's coming off as very odd to other people because you're coming off as very emotionally turned off by others. What's the vibe for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals. Yep. People have been going back and forth with you, misinterpreting your words. They've been saying things that you said that you did not say. They've kind of not fully like a smear campaign, not fully trying to get under your skin directly, but they might say these little comments that they think that you're gonna let slide, but they got the wrong one. They got the wrong one. And you've got reassess. It says the following: you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy, and who and what doesn't. It's time for some life cleanup. Okay, and ending it off with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Last but not least, you've got the card Speak Your Truth. You've stayed silent long enough. Speak up, stand your ground, and state your perspectives. You will rise to a higher vibration when you let your voice be heard. Beautiful message. It's all about letting yourself be known, especially your emotions. I dislike when Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios are just labeled as crybabies, because I feel like you guys put up a front of having that tough cookie exterior, but when it's cracked, pause, you Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, male or female, healed versions, by the way, and unhealed, can be very vocal and very chaotic about your emotions, or very calculated about showing your emotions, about speaking up about them. A lot of times you guys do not speak up about them because people will remember exactly how it is you express yourself, and they will use it against you. A very evil way of disrespecting you, but they know it will get under your skin if they're even able to get a rise or a reaction out of you by doing so. If they're able to, it's not a pretty one. You've got new life. You've got psychic. So knowing things before they happen, speaking things into existence, being a master at your reality, a master manifester for others in your life. A lot of times you're fast at manifesting for others because you hold them at a higher standard than you ever have held yourself at. So that's why it's so hard for you to manifest sometimes, because you don't see yourself as a highly individual. You don't see highly of yourself. You don't even speak highly of yourself. Whenever you're not feeling well, whenever you feel like you failed at something, you just see it as failure. You don't see it as a lesson. I feel like the new life card is here because you've really been trying to give your life a reset. Okay, you've really been transforming yourself, and you may feel like people test me no matter what. They test me no matter what. The universe has got to stop with the character development. Sometimes you feel like you're on an episode of what was that show with Ashton Kutcher, Punked. You think you're on an episode of Punked or The Office. You're like looking around for the cameras. Or an episode of Cheaters where like they're coming out of the vans and they're gonna knock on your door and it's gonna be the scene, because people know you've been changing and they still try to hit those buttons. Just like I said, focus on this is a common theme in all the signs now that I've come to a finish, but especially the throat chakra. Focus on the throat chakra, because when you open your throat chakra, you heal parts of yourself that have been so angry at the world for not nurturing you. So you've been so angry for a long time for the world not nurturing you when you needed it to, or the people in your life not caring for you the way they needed to. But it's because these emotional wounds stem from you just needing to be held, needing to be heard, needing to be listened to without criticism. Especially, I'm getting the female figures in your life, but also male, but strongly female. You could never win. You can never win in any connection that you had. Spending time by bodies of water is significant, and also focusing on your throat chakra. I do offer chakra readings where I go through steps on how to work with your chakras, and I give you extra insight on what may be blocking your chakra, what you may need to do spiritually. But that's only if you feel called to even booking with me. But when you start to speak up more, even if you cry, even if you shed a tear, changes come even more. Okay. And I believe that's it. So let me know how this reading resonated.